Krishna spoke to Arjuna with a calm wisdom. A person who has no worldly desires, he began, who has mastered control over their mind and body and feels no need to possess anything, remains pure in their actions. Even if they work just to sustain themselves, they are free from any wrongdoings, untouched by sin. He went on, describing a life of contentment. There are those who are satisfied with whatever life brings them, who are not troubled by the ups and downs of success or failure. Such people are free from envy. Despite working, they are not bound by karma, because they move through life without being swayed by these opposites. Krishna then spoke of the power of knowledge and sacrifice. For one who is detached and free, grounded in true understanding, all karma is dissolved. When they work in a spirit of sacrifice, their actions carry no karmic weight. With a gentle intensity, Krishna explained the sacred act of sacrifice. Everything involved in an offering, the person giving, the fire, and the offering itself, is part of the divine. A person who keeps their mind on this truth, seeing the divine in every part of the sacrifice, will ultimately reach the divine. Krishna continued, people worship in many ways. Some make offerings to various gods through rituals. Others let go of their pride and ego, offering their whole selves into the fire of the divine. Each path is a journey of devotion, bringing them closer to the highest truth. Krishna continued sharing his wisdom with Arjuna, describing the different forms of sacrifice people practice in their journey towards self-mastery. Some people control their senses, hearing, sight, touch, taste, and smell, and offer them into the fire of self-control. They learn to master their desires and discipline themselves. Others, however, focus on what these senses perceive, such as sounds and sights, and direct their attention to mastering the impressions these experiences leave on their mind. He went on, explaining the dedication of others. Some devote themselves fully, offering all actions of their senses and life energies into the fire of inner discipline, which burns brightly with the light of knowledge. For them, every action is a conscious effort to grow in wisdom. Krishna described yet more paths of sacrifice. There are those who give freely of their material possessions, performing sacrifices through hard work or the practice of yoga. Others commit to sacrifice by dedicating themselves to study, gaining knowledge from sacred texts and teachings. He also shared how some people discipline their breath as a form of offering. Some people practice breath control, balancing the incoming and outgoing breaths, creating a rhythm that calms the mind. Others practice moderation in eating and self-care, directing their life energy inward through breath control. Then Krishna spoke of the fulfillment that comes through such sacrifices. All these people, who understand the deeper meaning of sacrifice, cleanse their hearts and nourish their spirits with the satisfaction it brings. Through this path, they achieve the eternal truth. But remember, Arjuna, those who refuse to practice any form of sacrifice cannot experience even the simple joys of this life, let alone the spiritual joys awaiting in the next. Krishna spoke to Arjuna about the different paths of sacrifice. In many sacred texts, countless forms of sacrifice are described, he explained. Understand that each one arises from some form of action. When you truly grasp this, you'll be freed from the chains of karma that bind you. Krishna continued with a story about the value of knowledge. Once, there was a brave warrior who learned that offering wisdom and understanding was more valuable than any material gift. Through his journey, he discovered that every action, whether great or small, eventually leads to deeper wisdom. He then offered guidance on the importance of finding a teacher. In life, there was once a seeker who yearned to understand true wisdom. This seeker knew that to learn deeply, they needed a teacher who had already seen the truth. The seeker humbly knelt before the teacher, asked with genuine curiosity, and offered service, knowing this devotion would open the door to enlightenment. A troubled soul, weighed down by countless mistakes and regrets, came upon a wise teacher. The teacher explained that wisdom was like a sturdy boat. No matter how vast and stormy the ocean of one's sins, this boat of knowledge could help anyone cross it safely, leading them to a shore of peace. Arjuna sat by a fire, watching the flames consume the wood until nothing but ashes remained. The wise teacher told him that wisdom was like this fire. Just as flames turn wood to ashes, wisdom could burn away the burden of past actions, leaving him free from the weight of karma. Long ago, a sage shared a secret. There is nothing in the world as pure as knowledge. Those who walk the path of self-discipline, steadily growing in peace and insight, would one day come to understand this truth deep within their hearts, realizing the purity of true wisdom.